Hello everyone and welcome back to this Let's Play of Genso Suikoden 2. In the last episode we returned from we finished our business in the Matilda domain. We recruited some half of the knights or whatever in the Rockaxe Matilda Knightum. And now we're ready to return back to our saving the world business. So I talked about in the last episode that I don't think there's that many characters we can recruit just now. There are a few that I've skipped because I'm stupid. But I think we just need to go progress on with the storyline, and then we're gonna go recruiting later. I think that's the best thing to do right now. So, without any further ado, I guess we're just gonna move on ahead. That was stupid of me. I need to unequip good items from our party members and remove some very good runes, if there are any. But we can do that later, so never mind. Whew, I feel sort of relieved to be back here. I guess it's because this is where I wanted to live. Lord Ryu, we weren't able to form an alliance with the Matilda Knights, but we got many new recruits. However, the Highland Army isn't just sitting idly by either. They're going to come at us again sooner or later. This is just a brief rest. Starting tomorrow, we'll have to fight again. And that is indeed the next storyline, so to speak, is a bunch of new wars. Which I personally don't mind. I think the war system here is kind of cool, so I don't mind it. Tomorrow? Fight again? Well, let's follow Shu's advice and get some rest. I think Pilika missed you a lot when you were gone, Ryu. Sucks to be Pilika. Oh, and of course it's night again. And people don't want to let you go anywhere. Lord Ryu, now that your inspection is over, you should go and get some rest, and leave the rest to me. I can't even go around in my own castle. Don't worry, I haven't seen anything suspicious. What about you, Lord Ridley? Lord Ryu, for you and for the Allied army, and most of all for the three great races of Two River, I will fight to the death. And we might just take you up on that offer, Ridley. No, we won't, but we could. Oh, spoiler alert. Hello, Shu. How are you doing? Lord Ryu, what can I help you with? Nothing, apparently. At least we're not this creepy-ass Sanchez in Suikoden 1 who were like, do you want a glass of wine, Lord Ryu? Or Lord Tyr, even though you're like 14 years old? Hey, this is lazy. Nobody's building here during the night. Super, super lazy. If it was up to me, they would be working here 24/7. I don't think there's anything specific. Like in most nighttime, nighttimes like these, there are a few things you can, or like a few cutscenes you could normally trigger and talk to a few people. Especially before, I love this. Adlai never moves from this spot. He's like, this is called an elevator. It goes up, it goes down. It's a very useful invention. Like no matter. But as far as I remember, there's really nothing you can do right now. You can't teleport, by the way. Wiki will be asleep, yeah. She's even talking in her sleep saying, sorry, I messed up again. Even Meg is here during the night, and she still hasn't gone to sleep. That's pretty weird, but whatever. We can't go outside, so there's really nothing you can do. I'm not really sure why they enable... I think it's a pretty cool addition, sure. But, you know, there's nothing really you can do here during the night except for go and, was it this bug where you could save right now? No, apparently not. There are a few, ends in the game that's bugged. Like, if you go behind here, even though there's no person there, you can still enable the rest and sleep function. That's kind of weird. And, oh, it looks like nobody's using the ends. How sad. But, yeah, this is one of those few night times where really there's no scene to trigger, and that's kind of it's yeah, okay. I guess it's just a bit weird for me. That's why didn't they just enable this next trigger or cutscene immediately where we talk to Pilika, because that's like the next thing we have to do. Why didn't they just enable that already? I don't get it, but maybe I'm just putting too much thought into it. I don't know. By the way, I hope my microphone is okay. I recently got a new one, and I'm still adjusting to it, so... Hello, Pilika! I'm back, Pilika! Were you a good girl? Hey, Ryu, Pilika just wants... one more time. I never understood what we were talking about here. It's so weird. Huh? No, good night, Ryu. Like, what are you talking about? This has to be a mistranslation. sounds a bit perverted, unfortunately. Ooh, important cutscene. I shouldn't be talking about perverts now. An interesting idea, but what about an expeditionary force? It's not as if the entire army is loyal. Particularly Kiba and his son are more loyal to the king than me. It could even mean the entire state strategy is in danger. I've got a plan to handle that. You certainly planned it all out. How did you get so wise? Bum ba da dum. Do you recognize him? You probably don't. Do you recognize him now? That's nothing. If I couldn't figure that much out, I'd be an embarrassment to the Silverberg family. Uh-oh, Silverbergs. So you really were a strategist for the Scarlet Moon Empire, along with Matthew Silverberg. Why are you here? We're forgotten in times of peace. It's only when war looms that people remember we exist. As you wish. Well, I leave the rest to you, my younger brother-in-law. Uh-oh, what were they talking about? And kind of cool. I think it was very cool that they brought back Matthew Silverberg, or Leon Silverberg. Because, you know, in Suikoden 1, Leon and Matthew kind of had this mini storyline that I don't really think was fleshed out enough for us to understand what was happening. So I think it's kind of cool that they did. I just wanted to visit our newest members now, Futch. This place. It reminds me of that garden. And of course he's talking about the garden at the end of Suikoden 1 where we fight the Golden Hydra. Where also the place where Black basically died, even though he didn't die in the garden, he died pretty close to the garden, and Black being Futch's former dragon. So I just think that's kind of a cool nod to Suikoden 1. I'm not sure if... Oh, hello Nanami. Of course you're here to bother me. Terrible news! Terrible news! Everyone's gathering in the square! What's the square? The square for me is like an outside marketplace or something, I don't know. I was talking about Futch, wasn't I? Yeah, I'm not really sure if he can say that comment unless you have a load or a save game from Suikoden 1. I don't think he can. I just think it's a nice addition anyway, so whatever. Anyway, let's listen to the serious, terrible news, and everyone is gathered in the square. In other words, 5 people. No, yeah, 5 people. 6 people. 6 people. I didn't see Apple there. Lord Ryu, we've got a report that seems the Highland Army has appeared in Rada Town. Seems to? Has it been occupied? I know not, but if they can't occupy it before we receive our next report, they are a formidable enemy indeed. So it's not Solon G after all. It's the third company, General Kiba and his son. You can't open a lock unless you know the combination. Hey Ryu, should we go check things out? What are you saying, Victor? You can't have Lord Ryu do such a dangerous thing. Come on, it's okay, I'll tell you. I'll be with him. It'll be like a stroll in the park. Besides, Ryu needs a break. And Victor forces his way into... Ooh, he has a double beat rune. I have totally forgotten about that, and I love that just Shu totally gave up on trying to stop us from running a suicide mission in Rada Town, but you know, he's the brilliant strategist, so I guess I can't complain. I think Vicky refuses to teleport to anywhere now. Just gonna have to double check that. No, okay, apparently we can. I thought that, oh, there's too many enemies around, we can't do that right now. So we can actually teleport directly to Rada Town. I totally forgot about that. I thought we had to walk there. I thought Vicky would be like, no, we can't go here. But anyway, let's check out Rada Town. They're here. It's full of Highland soldiers. They sure took over quick. There was almost no rioting. Oh, let's go. Oops. The thing is, like, I now said, let's go back. And the thing is, if you do go back, right now, you haven't actually been in there and done everything you should do. Like, if you go back to the castle right now, and you have noticed that Rada Town is actually occupied, she will just be like, hey, be careful in Rada Town. So, you have to go further in and be a bit more brave, I guess. I think that's pretty stupid, but whatever. Heh, come on, you want to see what we're facing, or who we're facing too, don't you? Come on, let's go. Okay, let's go. Okay, that's the spirit. If it gets dangerous, leave it to me. I'll show you a good trick. So, which way should we go? Hello? Huh? If we don't hurry, we're gonna miss Lord Kiba's speech. Okay, we figured out who it is. It's Kiba Vindemeyer, or whatever his name is. We're guarding this area. Huh? Are you? Just my imagination. Yeah. You should have followed your gut, good sir. I am indeed Lord Ryu of the magnificent allied army. Huh? What the hell is that? It's called a crowd of people? And it's called a handsome young man named Klaus. Listen, from today on, this town is under Highland rule. Anyone who steps out of line will be punished by Highland law. But that means our lives are... The people of Muse were all devoured by a monster. Nothing but silly rumors. I, Kiba, promise in the name of King Agares that no such thing has happened. I'm grateful. If the war would only end, neither the State Army nor the Highland Army would make a difference. Boo. That's a bad attitude. Bah, what law? They've got some nerve. Well, we know who we're facing. Kiba and his son. That's enough. Let's go home, Ryu. Lord Ryu. Oh. Did I spot you? What? Even though that Victor gets buried here, he's like, what are you doing? No. So we meet again. Lord Ryu. It's too bad, but Lord Joey isn't here. He's at our capital, El Renoi. The wedding between him and Jilia Blight should be taking place right about now. Lord Ryu, you defeated me at Two River, but next time, I'll be ready. Well, excuse me for now. We're also busy preparing for battle, you know. He's so polite. But uh-oh. Joey Blight is getting married, or Joey Blight, spoilers. Joey Atreides is getting married. So it's Kiba and Klaus, eh? What about Joey? Well anyway, let's head back. Those guys mean business. We've got to be ready for them. I agree, my good friend Victor. We need to be ready for I think it's Kiba Vindemeyer or something, his last name. They always call him Lord Kiba, but it's Kiba Vindemeyer. It's like a pretty fancy name. Oh, good, we can let go. I was terrified of the idea of having to battle my way back home to our castle. Our way back to North Window Castle. Okay, let's do like a Rorschach, or what do you call it? Like those tests, those ink blot tests. What do you see here in that entire white area that I'm standing in right now? What do you actually see? I've always been kind of curious about that, because I see something and I'm just curious what other people see. That was a really random question. No, I actually have to run away. That was a really random question, but it's I'm very curious, so please answer me. Like, what do you actually see in many of these white areas around there, but especially the one I was at earlier? I see something very, very specific that I don't really want to see, and I'm just curious as to what you guys see. It would be very interesting. But look at North Window Castle is really growing quite a lot. I think we are level 3 right now, which means that we could have a few more recruits, but this war business kind of stops us from recruiting. So, yes, Gadget is finally here. Remember in the last episode I talked about where Gadget could be in the castle? This is the barrel I mean, where it says sleep mode on. I'm pretty sure that's Gadget. I think that's such a cool little addition. I'm not really sure if that's like something everybody knows or if that's just something that I picked up. I don't know. I hope it's something I picked up, but probably more people know about it actually. Whatever. So you made it back, eh? Well, that's good at least. Everyone's scattered in this Great Hall. Not the square, but the Great Hall. And Pilika's jumping per usual. Did you join my convoy? No, they just said hello. Okay. I wonder what would happen there if Ailey... isn't that her name? Ailey? Wasn't her party? Well, whatever. Let's listen to Shu and company, what they mean. Oh, Ridley is finally here as well. I guess there's finally a crowd gathering here. Lord Ryu, we're pleased that you returned safely. Of course, he had me to protect him. But anyway, we learned who the enemy general is. It's Kiba and his son, Klaus. It's the 3rd company of the Highland Army, but from their numbers, it looks like part of the 4th company is with them too. They can do whatever they like. If they attack from the front, we'll meet them at the front. We'll show them that the number of generals as well as the quality of the soldiers has changed from before. Now we can finally fight a decent battle. So you got no strategy this time? Are you worried, Victor? We don't need a strategy for this battle. Lord Ryu, please get a signal for our forces to deploy. Wait a little minute, okay? Hurry up, I don't want to miss our chance. I just want to save first, just in case. Ah, and I need to speak to Apple. Let's do that first, actually. I need to rearrange the units. We haven't done that in ages, I think. Like, I don't want Jean to be in reserve. I don't want Humphrey to be in reserve. Shin is also nice enough to... I like the idea here, but I think it's too much focus on defense. What could be pretty cool here is that I exchanged Templeton with Humphrey, so Victor actually becomes kind of like a powerhouse in defense. 8-10 is not bad stats, I think that's pretty cool. I like this one too, but they're... Now that we have Kamas and Mikloto, they give cavalry, which is really, really handy. I think we're gonna sacrifice one in attack to get 11-10 with critical, evade, and cavalry. That's a pretty good group there with Ridley. And for some reason, I think Ridley gets quite a lot of critical hits. I'm not really sure why I think that, but yeah, I like Luke's group. They're just stand from afar and battle. I don't like Teresa's group. Teresa's group I usually just build up as totally useless, like with, or not useless, but where's Huan for an example? There you go, that's usually my Teresa group. We have long distance archery if we need to try to do some damage, we have lightning for almost guaranteed damage, and we have heal for healing. That leaves the two groups, Gilbert and Flick. Flick, I always like putting Cider because Flick has cavalry. And Yamko is one of our best reserves right now, so I have a plan, and that is to exchange Adlai and Ulan with Mikloto and Shin. So Gilbert can actually ride into battle and be a decent military group as well, with critical from Shin, even though I don't think his critical is enabled as often as I would like it to be. But it's still, you know, it can come in handy. So I think that's our game plan. Let's say now and do a little war battle. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I like wars. It's been a long time since we actually had a war in this game. It's not like the war we had. I guess if you count the refugee hunt, then that was a war. But it was only a few episodes back. But I don't really count that one. When it comes to a fair fighting battle thing, then it's been almost way back since we got this castle. So it's about time. Lord Ryu, the signal to deploy. Troops deploy! Give the orders for the troops. Troops. Or is the music bugged? No, there's music. I thought you'd be hiding in our castle, but you were brave enough to show your face. Good man! Father, don't underestimate him. He came out because he too has confidence in his strength. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love a good challenge. It's what keeps me going. Oh, this is one of my favorite battles, actually. Listen, just because I'm a substitute, don't think you can mess around. Understand? If you understand, you stay in position. The third company will take the lead. The fourth company will do absolutely nothing. It's pretty cool. Hehehe, finally a good fight. Don't underestimate them. I know. So, as you might notice now, we have some more Kobold reinforcements. We have two Kobold groups extra here. Kobold Army and Kobold Army. They are absolutely terrible. I would sooner trust... it was actually kind of stupid of me to place these people here this way. Whatever. What I like to do here is... this is going to be a bit more difficult. I think I usually try to have Luke as cavalry here, so he can quickly go down and try to take down the fourth company, while the rest of them head towards the third company, because the fourth company will stand completely still, as you might see, and Raud really sucks, so this is one of the few chances to get Raud's defeat speech, which I think is pretty cool, so I usually try to do that. Oh yeah, story. Lord Shu, I have a question regarding our troop deployment. May I speak freely? Go right ahead, General Ridley. Why is it that only the Cabal units being placed in the front lines? Decisions about troop deployment are mine to make, and I expect you to follow them, General. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think this is a good idea. We're gonna try out our new defensive group. We should be able to defeat some Highland soldiers eventually. Not this round, apparently. And then Ridley is gonna go mass murder spree. No, apparently not. He's just gonna go on a single murder, not spree then. Ugh, Cabal units are useless. And we're gonna try to defeat. That was maybe stupid of me. We'll see. We're gonna have to try to use size fire spray, but at least Flick was a good boy and took down. Or not, didn't take any units down, but at least he managed to damage them quite a bit. Can we start bombarding people? Let's try bombard. I like the bombard ability. It's unique to Teresa. It basically is that you can shoot with the ordinary strength of her archer unit from way ahead, or further ahead. Much more further than normal. This is the first battle, I think, where the enemy has a magician group. And that can be kind of bitchy. I don't like using that word, but it can be kind of difficult sometimes, because they have, you know, really high attack power. But if you get them in hand-to-hand, they're like almost guaranteed to do damage to you. It's kind of annoying. I think that's one of the very few groups of enemies that will be damaged almost from Teresa's bombardment ability. So maybe that's a good group of soldiers to use that on, but they're too far away right now. So let's try to damage some. Okay, apparently not. Let's try to damage some archers since they had the lowest amount of defense, but that didn't work. I now have a genius plan, which hopefully will work. Okay, that doesn't really matter now then. I kind of want to use Fire Spear. Ooh, I see a much better use for Fire Spear here. We can take down Raud, or try to at least. Or try to, yeah, that's the spirit. We gotta defend now. I was originally planning now that Victor could go down here and take on the archer units, but actually I don't want Teresa to be decimated by the enemy, so we're gonna keep protecting her with Victor. Bodyguard. While Ryu slowly but surely gets into battle here, Gilbert is finally down here, and then we're gonna try to fight his way into Raud. I really want to try to beat his ass. I hate Raud so much. I knew we shouldn't have joined forces with the humans. We don't need to waste our precious few lives in this meaningless war. Order all forces to retreat. Huh? Yes, Lord. So, what's this? What? What? A rift among friends? Good. Now it's our turn. All forces advance. And they still won't advance, actually, as far... Oh, they will! And I forgot about that. That's so cool. I totally forgot about that. I was, like, so sure that it was be standing still. But, yeah, Ridley and his two awesome Kobold units just suddenly ran away. Like, Ridley is a loss, for sure, as he's one of the more powerful hand-to-hand battlers here. But the two Kobold units? Yeah, not so much. Definitely not so much. Gilbert is the man! He's still not taking any damage. He's doing a good job. I'm proud of you. Victor, you better survive. That's all I'm telling you. Good boy. Well, he could... actually, Humphrey, our newest member there, he has a special skill called Heavy Armor. I think he's... No, he is one of two characters in the game with Heavy Armor skill. Kiba actually has this, the second character in the game. And Heavy Armor does so that you can take 3 dagger damage, if you know what I mean, compared to 2, which is normal. So, pretty cool. It's really good for defensive units. Ooh, great. Great. Now I have a super plan. Where are you, Route? You're going down, I promise you. Actually, I'm not really sure wind magic what the percentage is, but 14 in attack versus 5 in defense, it should really work, right? Yes! We took down Route! That's the most important thing. He deserves to die a painful death. Run! Run away! Hurry! Retreat! Okay, good job, Gilbert. Even if you die, good job, because well, he has done the most damage, I think. So it's kind of a shame, but I don't think Ryu will actually make it into battle. He will be stuck at doing nothing. Good, Victor. We're actually look right now. We're actually like really doing a good job versus the enemy, right? Like we're totally we're totally taking him down. Both companies. Yeah, this is a kind of a cool thing. Like, Luke is a wind magician, and you will get another mage leader later that does fire magic. While the Highland Army always does lightning rune damage. I always thought that was pretty cool that they had their like their own unique rune animation, so to speak, like their own rune type, and they prefer lightning apparently. I think that's pretty cool that they added that in. Just now missing earth and water, I guess. Well, water couldn't really damage. Hey, stay away from... Oh, that's my girl! That's Teresa for you! Look at that, she's actually killing someone! I'm so surprised! That is shocking! Since when did Teresa actually manage to do a good job at anything? Oops. Okay, good. That was the best possible solution. Not that it matters that much, actually. Because it's no good. Without Ridley's help, we don't have a chance. At this rate, we've got no choice. Lord Ryu, order our troops to withdraw. What happened? Damn it! We could have won this battle. Well, the thing is, we could still have won this battle. This was going really well, if you ask me. But we might have struggled a bit with Kiba. If you saw his stats, he has like 7 in attack, which is nothing. But he had like 16 in defense, which is like impossible to get through. I guess with some time, Luke could have done it, but that's it. You won't get away! Father, it's too dangerous to pursue them now. Let's regroup our forces. So this battle ends in withdrawal on both sides, which is acceptable. But what about Ridley? What are we gonna do? Oh my god! So what about Lord Ridley? The State Army's bad habit has shown itself. Ha! You were so arrogant! You don't want to lose your life? Shut up, Shaco. Without help from Two River, we can't match Kiba's strength. This is no time to attack Ridley. We need a strategy to weaken Kiba. Everyone get some rest. The rest is my job. Lord Ryu, you should get some rest too. Well, it's okay. Everything will work out, Lord Ryu. But Ridley is. Why? Ugh. But I was just thinking that now, of course, we have Apple and Kamas is suddenly not in any group. That's not good. I think we're gonna... And just like Kamas more than Chaco. And let's see here. That's fine. I would prefer Apple compared to Shen. There you go, 9-10. Impressive. Okay. Ugh. I thought we were winning. Please, go to your room and rest. But... I can't believe it! Lord Ridley! But why? I don't remember what voice I did for... What is Sai doing here? It's so... random. Anyway, I think we're gonna call this an episode. It's been a bit about the limit I'm trying to keep now. I'm gonna check the comment box. Bonaparte is so cute. When he saw this box, he wanted to pee on it, but I stopped him. Millie. Hey, This is a I still can't pronounce that word. This is the suggestion box, huh? I just wanted to see if you actually read this. See ya, bro. With all these villages and forts disappearing, it's hard to keep my map updated. Please end this war soon. That is actually a suggestion. It's actually one of the comments, though. But anyway, I have been AbidingGamer. Thank you for joining me in this episode. Hopefully in the next episode we will manage to convince Ridley to rejoin us. And we will convince Shoot to stop being so rude towards all kobolds and stop placing him on the front lines. Yes, indeed. So until then, see you next time. Bye-bye.